Have you ever felt that sting? You transfer your hard-earned money into your brokerage account, your heart pounding with a mix of excitement and nerves. You have seen the success stories, the viral tweets, the easy money promises. You place your first trade, convinced you have found the next big thing. You watch the chart like a hawk. For a moment, it ticks up, and you feel like a genius. But then, it happens. The line starts to dip. Then it dips some more. A knot forms in your stomach. The fear takes over. What if I lose it all? You think. So you hit the sell button. You just locked in a loss. And you are left sitting there, wondering, what did I do wrong? Is the market rigged? My friend, the market is not rigged against you, but the deck is often stacked against the unprepared. After working with thousands of new investors, I have seen the same three tragedies play out over and over again. And today, we are going to break them down. The first, and biggest, reason beginners lose money. Hey, they confuse investing with speculating. They treat the stock market like a glamorous, 24/7 casino, not a ownership marketplace. Think about it this way. If you were going to buy a local coffee shop, what would you do? You would look at its financials, its revenue, its profit, its expenses. You would study the foot traffic, the competition, the quality of the product. You would spend weeks, maybe months, doing your homework before you ever signed a check. But when it comes to buying a stock, you're just literally buying a tiny piece of the company. What does the average beginner do? They see a ticker symbol flying up on a social media feed. They read one bullish comment, and they YOLO their savings into it without a second thought. They are not buying a business. They are buying a hope, a dream, a lottery ticket. They are buying the bakery, completely blindfolded, with no idea if it even sells bread. This leads directly to the second tragedy, letting your emotions sit in the driver's seat. In this game, fear and greed are not your friends. They are the twin monsters that will destroy your portfolio. When a stock is pumping, when everyone is screaming THUTMONN, greed is right there on your shoulder. It whispers, forget your research, just get in. You are missing the chance of a lifetime. This is different. It is never going down. And so, driven by the panic of missing out, you end up buying at the very peak when the excitement and the risk are highest. Then, the inevitable happens. The stock cools off. It corrects. It drops 10, 15, 20%. And now, FE, Carter, takes the wheel. It screams in your ear. It is all over. This was a scam. You have to get out before you are left with nothing. And so, paralyzed by panic, you sell at the bottom, turning a temporary paper loss into a permanent, real one. You executed the cardinal sin of investing. You bought high and sold low. It is a recipe for disaster, and it is fueled entirely by emotion. And this emotional roller coaster exists because of the third and final critical error, sailing without a map, the absolute lack of a written plan. Ask yourself these questions right now. Why did I buy that specific stock? At what price will I take profits? At what price will I admit I was wrong and cut my losses? What is my overall strategy? Am I a long-term investor or a short-term trader? If you do not have crystal clear, written down answers to these questions, you are not investing. You are gambling. You are a ship in the middle of a hurricane with no compass, no destination, and no life raft. Every market swing, every scary headline, every dip and peak will toss you around because you have nothing to anchor yourself to. So, how do you break the cycle? How do you go from being the prey to being the patient, disciplined hunter? The formula is simple to understand, but it takes a lifetime to master. First, make the shift from speculator to owner. Start investing in businesses you truly understand and believe in for the long haul. Do the homework. Read the annual reports. Know what you own and why you own it. Second, become a robot when it comes to execution. You must create a rules-based plan before you ever enter trade. This is your battle plan. Decide your entry price, your profit target, and your maximum loss, your stop loss. Write them down. And then, have the discipline to follow them, no matter how greedy or fearful you feel in the moment. Your plan removes the emotion. And third, embrace the power of patience. The stock market is a miraculous tool for transferring wealth from the impatient to the patient. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a get-rich-slowly system. Compounding does not work overnight. It works over decades. Remember, the money is not lost because of the market's volatility. The money is lost in the 6-inch space between your ears. It is lost to a lack of education, a lack of discipline, and a lack of a plan. Master your mindset, master your strategy, and you will finally master the game. If this resonated with you, if you are tired of losing and ready to start building real, lasting wealth, then hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. We have a lot more to unpack together, and your journey to becoming a smarter, more disciplined investor starts right now.